What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan here with Beards and Boost, and today I'm installing a CPE XL kit with a Tial blow-off valve. All right, let's talk about the reason why I went this route. Honestly, I wanted to hear a little bit of turbo sound. So right now I currently have a Mountune recirculating valve. It's beautifully crafted and it works perfectly. So am I crazy for getting rid of this? I don't know, but this is one of those things that, you know, I don't care who you are. If you're a turbo guy, you love that blow-off valve sound. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to hear it all day, every day, which is the reason why I went with this to start with. After doing some research, I hear that, you know, whenever you redirect your vacuum source, that it doesn't go off nearly as bad. And I've been in quite a few cars that has the Tial blow-off valve, so to me it sounds awesome. So I figured, you know what, CPE had a sale. And I actually bought the XL, I got it from them, it was 10% off, so it's normally $500. I think I paid $450, somewhere around there shipped. So it's expensive considering you can get normal blow-off valves for $150. So that's just one of those things that it's a massive leap, and you know, you're probably not getting much performance aspect out of it other than sound, but you know, unless you're just setting the stage for big turbo later down the road. And that may be something, you know, if I continue to keep the car for several years, I can't imagine why I wouldn't go big turbo. So I've already performed the install, which you can see because I've already taken this one out. So just you know, a little backstory. The biggest fears that I had was a lot of people have issues getting the intercooler pipe up through to the throttle body. I did research on forums. A lot of people said that what you want to do is if you run into that problem, you need to unbolt the radiator support, and that'll give you all the room you need. So I had that in my back pocket, but I never actually did that because I never had a problem actually installing the pipe in there. Now what I will tell you is with this quarantine, I didn't have help from my buddies, Kyle, the other part of Beards and Boost, or some other friends, and that would have been greatly appreciated because now it is pretty tough guiding and hitting the throttle body by yourself. So pretty much, I mean, that part wasn't a big deal. What I did is, in the instructions, it tells you to hook the coupler to the throttle body first and then feed the pipe into there. But after looking on the forums, a lot of people said, go ahead and install the coupler onto the intercooler pipe and then slide it up that way. So that's what I did. And I also had the Tial already installed. I just didn't have the actual, you know, vacuum bung on top yet. So did it by myself. It kind of sucked, but really, I mean, it only took me a couple minutes to do that. So once I had that done, I was like, awesome, this is good to go. You know, if that's what everybody had a problem with, it ain't no big deal. But I did run into some problems, because I can tell you what I spent the most time on is those daggone T-bolt clamps. There is not a lot of room, and you'll see in this video, I'll put it in there, there's not a lot of room to maneuver those things. And I had to take it off, reposition. I got cut up terribly. And let me tell you why that sucks. Because right now everybody's using alcohol to wipe their hands, and I did it this morning and I was screaming all through the house. Because I did most of the install last night. I just had to tighten up a few things today. But once I got that situated, I moved over to the blow-off valve. Now let me tell you here, I'll put in another part right here where it is really nice to have extended Allen keys. Just want to point out, guys, this right here will be your friend. If you can, before knocking this out, please go to your local parts store and get some extended Allen wrenches like this. It'll make taking the blow-off valve super easy. More than likely you won't strip out a bolt, and definitely the way to go. I didn't have that. Actually, the piece that I used to originally install this, it worked fine. I stripped one bolt, but I got hold of some of the other ones, but I stripped one bolt because I was using like the little tiny, you know, hand ones. And if you've ever changed a blow-off valve, it sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Or maybe my hands are so fat, you just can't get them in there. It's pretty terrible. So I had to run to the store first thing this morning. I got some new bolts to replace all of them, considering there was some marring on the other two. I did end up buying the extended Allen keys, which makes it super easy. So whenever Kyle does this, we're going to be in good shape. And then also I had to take some bolt, I had to buy some bolt extractors. So that's, that worked out beautifully. All right, guys, a quick little update. So when I was taking the blow-off valve out, I had a real hard time with the very top screw. And it's rounded out just a little bit. Actually, a lot. So what I did is I got one of these Irwin bolt extractors. As soon as I put it on there, no problem. That's the way to go if you have a strip bolt. So anyway, all this stuff's buttoned up. I'm going back through it right now. I'll put in a few parts for you to see what I've done. All right, guys, so let's just check out the goods that we've got right here. Of course, you have your coupler, your T-bolt clamps. You've got a block-off plate for your stock location for your blow-off valve, and you've got a map tap. It comes with your specific intercooler pipe. This one is for the Tial blow-off valve. Here's a closer look at the piping. Welds look really good. All right, let's check out this blow-off valve. I got the black piping with the blue anodized tile. I think it looks pretty sweet. All right, you can hear the difference. I'm going to insert a clip where you can hear the stock or the Mountune bypass valve, and with the high flow air filter I have, you can hear it just a little bit when driving. Now you can definitely hear it when you have the hood up. So far, I mean, the Tial is significantly louder, obviously, but even in here, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's going to be anything too crazy. What I did is I went over all, everywhere that I tightened down, where I put the block off plate, just some old school stuff that I've done in the past, like you just spray water around the area, see if you get any bubbles. So that looked good. So now I can put the tire back on and we can get ready to go for our test drive. I went on every coupler that I had, I did the same thing. Now, there's not really any boost or anything going through there that could push through, but that's just a test I did just to see if there's anything just blatantly apparent before I ever even try to take it down the road. Here's a quick shot of some of the components. I used the CPE map tap. Super simple. You just pop this piece right here out. Or you got to take a bolt out, pop the piece out. You're going to attach your map sensor to this bracket. And then you add this air fitting right here. And when you go down, I don't know how much you can see, here's your piping. All right, guys, here is a major note from what I've seen. This is the biggest struggle from the whole install for me at all. Like I've read online saying that, putting this pipe in is pretty tough, but I mean, I didn't have that issue. This right here is what I've spent most of the time working on, and my hands cut up and everything. There is literally no room right here. So I've repositioned this clamp, and I do not like how this is, because you can see, I mean, it's resting up right here. So pretty much, I mean, what sucks about this is I'm basically done with the install at this point, but now I have to take this clamp off. I've got to remove this pipe. I got to get this clamp back on. I'm gonna flip it the other way. I looked online and I saw where people were flipping it this way and having better luck. So wish me luck, but this is what's given me the most hell through this whole scenario. Everything else other than the strip bolt on the blow-off valve Everything else been pretty straightforward and easy. All right, so I was able to swap it out. You can see right here. Now we're not touching. You still have access to tighten from right here. Looks like I might be done. Just gonna go over everything, every nut and bolt, just to make sure that I'm good. I'm gonna check all the sensors. One part of it you had to unplug from up here. This has been reattached on the intercooler. We'll see what that's like. All right, we're going on the maiden voyage. So I did not put any of the under tray covers or whatever back on in case I blow a pipe off. So that way I can limp home and get that fixed. All right, so far, I want to get my car warmed up. Now, I'm sure you cannot hear that through the camera, but it's right now it's like very, very light. You can tell that it's different than factory. But I mean, just I've gone into 4.29 pounds of boost so far. And it's just a hair louder than what my recirculating valve was. I'm kind of scared. I'm just feeling for it right now. I don't want to get too far from the house and blow a pipe off, so I might wait till I get closer back around to the house before I hit more boost. This is with the windows up. It's super quiet, but I mean, you can hear a little something. But let's go windows down and see if we hear anything. Well, you can hear with the windows down. I'm a fan. It is, I did hit 14.5 pounds of boost, but it's one of those things that, you know, if you like super loud, at least for right now, I got to get some seat time, see what it is, but at least driving inside the car. If you want something if you want a blow-off valve, but it's still subtle, this might be for you. Which, for, you know, all intents and purposes, this is kind of what I want. I want a little something. I don't want all of something. So, go around a curve, get into a little more boost. I'm getting closer to home. If I blow a pipe off, I should be able to limp home. Is outside of the car now. We'll rev it up a few times. Hopefully you guys can hear that. So one of my concerns was if I were going to have a boost leak or whatever. But this is showing some good signs right here. I was able to hit 23.18 pounds of boost, which is pretty normal, so looking good so far. All right, guys, so the install's done. I just took a test drive. Everything looks good. I didn't notice any boost leaks. I was still able to hit 23 pounds of boost. You know, all I did was drive a couple miles, so I really don't have a full-fledged review on it. The only thing that I can tell you is, I mean, it's got a good sound to it. It's not loud. I mean, I want to, at least for right now. Now, I don't have any videos of driving by, you know, the outside sounds. I'll get my wife to go take some videos in a little bit. But on the inside, I mean, daily driver, not bad. So is it worth $500? I mean, that's something that you would have to decide for yourself, because the only thing I can say is I've got CPE parts on my car, and everything's top notch. The Tial blow-off valve, top notch. So, I mean, I believe it's worth the money. It's just, is that the route that you want to take if you do want a blow-off valve? I don't know. Don't have a lot of experience with that. But so far, I mean, in my 5-mile drive or whatever, I mean, I'm satisfied right now. And then that leads me to where if I do decide to go big turbo in the future, then that's just one step closer. All right, guys, if you want to find out more about things that we do, check out Beards and Boost on Instagram. It's me, I'm Jonathan. Obviously, I own a gray car. It's 2018 ST3 Focus ST. And then my buddy Kyle. Kyle has a 2015 Focus ST3. You know, we're just going through, just having fun. That's one of those things that we're going to modify it anyway. So I told him whenever he bought his car, I was like, well, hey, I like taking pictures anyway. And we're going to do the stuff anyway. We might as well post it online. So if you can, again, go check us out, Beards and Boost on Instagram. All right, now, see y'all later.